Okay, good morning. We're having your first certificate examination as close as possible to it. You're taking a final exam. First of all, I'll ask you some questions about yourselves. Okay? So, tell me, Diego, how do you find out what's happening in the world?
I usually go to Facebook and see all the recent posts. Normally, I will find like 5 to 10 news every day. And yeah, I also hear the radio sometimes when I'm coming to school and I don't have music. And yeah, that's all. I don't watch lots of TV.
Um, Rodrigo, do you ever listen to the radio?
Yes, sometimes when I'm in the car, when I come to school, when I go somewhere, mostly just when I'm in a car.
Okay. Well, how important is TV for you?
I think TV is important not only for me, for all the people because it have like a lot of news and it's like entertaining. If you have some certain extra time, you can see TV programs, or I think you can play like video games in the TV. Also, I think that most people see the news in the TV.
Diego, do you like the same TV programs as your parents do?
No, I think not even once. Not even one. Like my dad likes likes CSI Miami, and I hate it a lot.
Okay.
I think it's an old school program trying to be cool.
Rodrigo, what's the difference between reading the news in the newspaper and watching it on TV?
Well, first I think in TV is faster because the news goes straight to the point. Like they tell you the story with images and sound, so it maybe keeps it more in your brain. And if you read it, there are images, but you need to take more time to analyze what you're reading.
Okay. Well, do you think computers will replace newspapers and TV in the future?
I think in the future, like in the social networks, the news will be like set because are like all the people in the world, almost all the people in the world have like or see social networks. So I think that yeah, the computers can replace the TV or the news.
Okay. Now, in this part of the test, I'm going to give you each a pair of photographs. I would like you to talk about your photographs on your own for about a minute, and also to answer a short question about your partner's photographs. We'll start over with Diego. Diego, here you have your photographs. They show people traveling in different ways. I would like you to compare the photographs and say why you think the people are traveling in these different ways.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. I think in number 8, she's a businesswoman and she's talking to somebody by the phone. And in the second picture, you can see lots of people trying to get into the metro station. I think the person in number 8 has more money than the people that is in the number 2. And I think in number 8 she has like a formal look. In number 2, there are people that does look informal.
Okay, thank you, Diego. Rodrigo, do you enjoy traveling by train?
Um, Sometimes because mostly when I go to other countries because here we don't have train. It's fun because you find a way to a place and you get to see how trains work.
Okay, thank you. Now, Rodrigo, it's your turn. Here you have two photographs. They show people doing adventurous things. So I would like you to compare the photographs and say what you think can be difficult about doing these things.
Okay. Well, first I see a race car going in a rally. It seems pretty fun because, well, driving in a. Well, in the second image, I see people climbing a mountain. It also seems very adventurous and very fun. And for the two things, I see the challenge thing here is that, well, you need to be decide what you're doing and you need to complete it. Like, bad things can happen, but if you get to do it, I think it's a really good experience in life. Uh, also,
Thank you very much. What would you like to do either of these things?
Yeah, I would like to. Because are like adventures, like fun, excitement. So yeah, I would like much do it.
Can you pause it first? Okay, now Diego, here are your two pictures. They show places. They show places, sorry, that you can visit. So I would like you to compare the photographs and say why do you think people go to places like these for a day out? Oh, sorry.
it was worse than
Yeah.
anything.
Sorry, Diego.
So, what would I like for this?
Why do you think people go to places like these for a day out?
Okay, I think in the first picture, people goes because they like history and are like ruins. I think like it's in the Middle East, so I think people like the history of that place. And like Churchill said, you don't need, you will not have a future if you forget the past. So people go. So I think people go to that places for see the history of the place. In the second picture, they are riding on horse, like on a trip, like a quest. They are looking for something. I think they are like in adventure because they are like in a rare place, like with a lot of nature, and they're like going to some place, some special place. So I think in the two pictures are like exciting things because in the two you can discover something, but in one you discover history and in the other you discover like a new thing.
Okay, thank you very much, Mario. Diego, would you like to travel to any of these places?
Yeah, I think I will have much fun in the picture number one because I like more history. I don't like a lot the nature. I would like to camp, but like just one day. I hate to be like sweaty and dirty.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now for this last part, I would like you to talk together about something for 3 minutes. Here are some situations in which it's good for people to have friends. So, first talk to each other about why it's good for people to have friends in these situations, and then decide in which situation it's more important, it's most important to have a friend. So, why is it good for people to have friends in each of those situations, and then decide which situation is the most important to have friends.
Okay. I think this picture, they're like having fun together, and I think that's what life means to be happy, because it will not be happy if you're alone. The things that make you happy are the little things that you doing with your friends, like go with them, and also. Then I think in this image, there's the most important part of being a friend, because you are like, your job of being a friend is to help your friend to don't give up.
I think there are years of your life that you need friends in a different way. For example, in this picture, they are like kids and they don't need to study, but in the other picture, they are studying. So if they need something, they should do it together. But you have different events in your life?
Well, I think it's good to have friends like in this situation, like a reunion, because you have people to talk with, you have people where with you can combine, you can see and express yourself. Also, like in this image, friends are also good to have if you want to study because I think you study better with people than without people because you can return like you keep the information more because you're talking about it, you're expressing the information but in your own way. Also going in vacations like this one, it's also fun to have friends because I think you get more fun with them. And in the situations, I think the most important is this one, like parties, going out with your friends, having them if you have a difficult situation. Yes. What do you think?
I think that friends are in all shapes, colors, and races. Everyone can be your friend, like also animals can be your friends. But I think friends are very important because you can do everything like alone. You always will need help, and that's why friends are so important. What do you think, Diego?
I think in picture number one, they are like child because they are on a little house party, and in this picture, they are like old enough to be in the house of somebody.
Okay, thank you. Diego. But Güero, how are your friends similar to you and how are they different?
My friends are similar to me in the way of like go to Paris and to talked about like things of school or something like that. They're like me in the part of like getting crazy and all of that. But they're different of me because I like more wild things like adventures, like going camping and rappel and all of that. And they like other things like to go to Paris and all that.
Okay. Rodrigo, how important do you think is to have a best friend?
I think it's important, but not that important because you can have a best friend, but maybe you don't have a best friend. You have a group of friends that convert into good. You have like a lot of best friends. You have only one.
Diego, do you think it's good for friends to share everything with each other?
I think sometimes they don't because they could be like snitches, and but if you trust in them and know they are loyal to you, you should.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.